Welcome back. Got a little more excited with that one. Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock, sales video. Didn't make one yesterday. There were 6 items that went out for like 140, 150 bucks. So that didn't meet the $200 threshold, the beginning threshold. Today, a little different. And I haven't made any sourcing videos because I didn't go out. Mainly in part because the heat. I just don't want to go out when it's well over 100 degrees. Real feel. Gonna have to wait on my buddy. That may have been the only. Nope. That one came out of nowhere. Usually I can hear it rolling down the tracks ahead of time. I doubt you can pick up the sound of the rolling. But usually I can pick that up when it's way down miles away. I can pick that sound up. But that one just came up out of nowhere. Yeah, so it was, I want to say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So like I'm getting ready to talk about a monster truck rally. And yesterday was, I think, the hottest of it. But each day it reached at least 100 and low change with real feel. Again, if I don't have to, I don't go out there. But, there's no need to. So I stay in home and I get stuff done. So I got the little entry closet where I have a shelving unit that's like this size here, but it's one shelf down, but it's a little higher. That its width, I had to take the shelves apart, and I managed to cram that between the walls because the little the floor molding, the wall molding, was just that much too much on both sides, or either on either side, for me to make it ground flush to the ground. So I just got some boards that I have, stacked them up, and made those. So I rearranged that. Got the Blu-rays and VHS, and actually I'll just do this. So this is most of everything. So this shelving unit was this way. Then I had a whole bunch of boxes. These just have eBay envelopes, and then there's more envelope boxes down there. Those were all lined up right here. So I moved. I want to say all this stuff is listed, or a couple things have just come down. That's just the empty box for my daughter's Xbox. Then it goes down here, VHS, DVDs, and stuff. So that got rearranged. And I got all the other media, the loose different media, cassette tapes, VHS, a couple books like these ones here that were stashed behind another box that I usually have my books at, but they were in another box in the very bottom as I was digging through stuff. Some non-media stuff listed. So let's see here. I got the Photoshop CS5 thing listed that was, I think it's up for like 250 bucks. So that's something I got like a month ago. It's just been sitting in the box. I got some LG HBS or HBS 920 little earbud headphone things. Those I think are listed at 120. Again, something that was just sitting there. That Tiger Copycat game, a handful of other non-media, but combined in between the past couple of days, it was like 40 different listings. And then I had a few other things like, well, I might as well just get that listed too, get that one listed. So speaking of that collection of stuff that needed listed, there's one of those that I did list and sold in 19 minutes. I still don't think I don't even know what the quickest sale is, but I want to say it's probably like 10 minutes is the quickest sale uh, that I have. And the sale I'm going to talk about is going to be the first one. So when I bought the game at the miscellaneous barn back in, I don't know, maybe a month ago. Actually, I think it was grandfather's, whenever it was. I got about a month ago, and it should be in a sourcing video. And I mentioned that they're like 60, $70. The reason why I got it, and it was either 50% off or I think it was 20% off there that day. So it was $6. It was this PC game called Roll Cage. It's sealed. You can barely hear it moving around in there. Looked it up, figured out a price. So I'll just kind of segue that in through here. So list this sold 19 minutes. It's actually going local down to, I want to say it's in Chardon, which is, you can go from where I'm at to the next town over is Painesville, and right below that is Chardon, which is, I might end up going that way today. It was supposed to rain all day, but I looked at the radar and it's going to be clear. It did rain this morning though. So listed this, and it was at $123.45. So it would have been on sale at $39, which would have put it at $75, which is the going rough average of the higher end. I never got to put this on sale. Now, when I list things, all my stuff all has a 5% off coupon. The person used the 5% off, which then made it $117. So if you go into Terapeak, this is the highest sold one of this game in 3 years. So that was that was definitely nice being, coming off of a day the other day when the sales was only like 6 for $140 or so. So it was kind of nice to have that pickup. Let's get back into the realm of typical sales. Kathy workout DVD, 16. Christmas in August, right? Wish you Merry Lionel Christmas Joy, whichever, trying to read it backwards. 14. Mask of Zorro sealed soundtrack, 25. Smile Empty Soul, self-titled CD, 15. Heartland Season 14. Just listed this one on the 9th. 25, wasn't? No, 20. Death Kings. Although I took the sticker off, I can see what it actually is. Death Kings of the Dark Citadel, which is, I guess, part of the game Hexen. 19. There's actually 1853. So if you're new here, I round up or round down. 1853, which to me is 19. This book I've had for a while is a standard. It's called Bolt, Nut, and Rivet Standards, American Institute of Bolt, Nut, Rivet Manufacturers. So it's a 1942 book. I guess it's kind of like a chart of the nut and bolt standards and sizes and threadings and all that. Interesting. But $20. I don't remember where I got this. What happened on the moon? 22. Iron Maze with Jeff Fahey. I must say Iron Man. Lawnmower Man. And Bridget Fonda. Snapcase. 20 was it? 19. In Winx Club. Winx is another good one to keep your eye. There's another kids one. Some Sky Dancers. That's the one I'm thinking of. Some Sky Dancers, but most Winx are going to sell. This one is 24. So that's 11 for 319. Pretty good average. I mean, granted, almost $120 video game sale really does help. Strangely enough, when I was doing all the organizing stuff, I threw out some boxes that were about this size. I think I still have one left. Not much to really go over on that end. Just if it's hot and if you're not going out and if you have time to do some organizing, do some rearranging. Get some of the. To me, I want to consider what I listed that was sitting around death pile because it was only a couple things, non-media stuff, and anything that I did list that was sitting around. Actually, I had a version of Windows XP Home and something else called Printmaster 7.0. Those I got at the Long Lost store, which I went to on December 31st. And the Long Lost store, if you're not familiar, to me was a store in like the Garfield Heights area that I had been to years prior. In the day that I had refound it, he said, "Hey, my last day is tomorrow," which would have been January 1st. I'm like, I'll get what I can today. And then I went back the next day and I went through a bunch of big massive pallet cardboard bins. And there were 3 that I went through. Combined, all of that took, if I take away the drive time, it took like 10 hours to go through those 3. And that's me going through, eyeballing what I want to scan, what isn't scannable that I have to hand type, all this other different stuff. It took like 10 hours for me to eventually get like $2,000 worth of stuff listable. And so those 2 had just sat in the book box. I just sat in there. Well, might as well get those up. So I have those 2 in just one little lot because the XP is like $15 and the Printmaster really doesn't sell. So I just put the 2 together for like $22 or whichever. Someone will just get it just for the purpose. And there's something else that I've listed that either or. But I mean, that's just the stuff that I got listed. And those 2 would have been the only thing that would have been what you consider like a death pile, something that you got, you just never listed. Everything else was stuff that I pretty much got within a month. And maybe 15 of those things are things that were well over a month old. And that's not a death pile to me. I don't run a death pile. It's not like, I'm going to come back with all this and just fill up a box and just shove the box somewhere and just never tend to it. There's something that I mentioned a while ago. I really don't mention it because as a reseller for whatever you do, you're going to do it at your own pace. I said a while ago, it's called listen. List everything now. Now is subjective, but list everything now. Don't sit there and wait because a lot of things may depreciate. Some things won't. But if you're using Terapeak and you're pricing at the right way, or even recent solds, and you're pricing at the right way, if something is more likely to depreciate, it's fairly good odds it will appreciate, go back up. And if you price the right way, and if all the lower end ones have sold, yours is one that's listed the highest. So if you're doing enough volume for it to be okay for you for the amount of payout that you get, list higher. List those things higher. It accounts for, or it affords you a little more wiggle room for best offers and bring the price down a little, months away, or however you want to do it. So that's just one of the anecdotal things that I do. in that regard. And I think at this point now, I'm just kind of babbling to burn time to get to. Well, I guess I already hit the 15 minutes. All right, so there's that. Package some stuff up, go out to some store somewhere. I got to see where I haven't been at with. Where can I go that's been more than 2 weeks, but fairly close to that? All right. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Thummy thingy. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It helps me help you, so we can help other people learn about selling physical media. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.